Well, hey there, and welcome to the living room of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays. Oh, we've had some strong birthdays. Let me tell you, some dynamic personalities with this Leo period. I'm so excited to dive in with August 6th, the day of unique happenings. From The Secret Language of Birthdays, that's right, by Goldschneider and Joost. Gotta give credit where it's due, that's right. But hey, what image we got, or illustration if you like, of this August 6th here? Well, we have us, an acorn growing out of a tree bough that also has some tennis rackets on either side. Those are also growing out of the same branch there. That's a unique happening, I suppose. That's right. Hey, is it August 6th and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. That's right. But if you're finding this video long or, shortly after your birthday has already come and gone, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. In any event, for everyone else who's just joining us randomly out of curiosity, I want to say welcome and I hope you enjoy yourself. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to roll some dice. This is the Diecast Birthday Cast, so let's live up to the namesake. And why else we rolling dice? Well, for synchronicity's sake. That's right. Ooh, we rolled us some doubles. Oh, we got a 3 and a 3 for 6. I got 6. How about that? You heard him. You heard him fall. You heard him rattle. That's the 6. That's right. That wasn't pre-planned. Let me tell you. So what's synchronicity? Some of you may be wondering. Well, I'm going to get down fast and dirty with it if I can, because I got a story I want to tell you to kind of give you an idea. Maybe something like that align it. In any event, you just go out in the world and you focus on looking for those numbers 3, 33, 6, and you just, if you have that intention out there, well, the universe is going to show itself to you, and it's just in these unique ways. You might just find yourself a coupon stuck to the bottom of your shoe for 66 cents. I mean, it might be old, it might not be worth anything. It's just showing you're on the right path there. Or you might get on the number 6 bus when it pulls up and get off on stop 3, and hey, you run into an old friend. It can be as simple as that. Nothing too crazy, nothing necessarily life-changing, but it's just there to show you you're on the right path if you're looking for it. But the story I have to tell you, I've been taking breaks here lately, going out and laying in the sun or laying out in the middle of the night and just gazing up at the stars and just trying to take in everything. Not something I normally do. It's the summer, so let's try to enjoy it, right? But this particular evening, cloud cover. Just absolute cloud cover. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we've had a bright moon. That's right. Well, I was thinking to myself, what if I had these psychic powers and I could just punch a hole in the clouds? Wouldn't that be cool? And so, sounds silly, but I was trying to punch a hole, and what do you think happened? Nothing. That's right, nothing. But as I was about ready to decide to go in, I'm kind of thinking to myself, should I go in or not? And I gazed over at the moon, and I'm telling you, complete cloud cover, and this section of clouds just opened up, and it aligned just right so that the moon shone through. It wasn't a perfect circle, mind you, but I'm telling you, it was the only hole in the sky, and the moon came through. Not a minute after I was thinking about punching a hole in the clouds, and nothing happened. Now, obviously, I wasn't trying to aim there or anything, and you can take that for whatever it's worth. But for me, it just was kind of like, yeah, it's a sign that you've done your time outside and go back inside. That's all you necessarily need to look at it for, or look at it for whatever you want. I just found it very unique circumstance. And as you'll see, it might line up, right? All right, hey, let's dive in, shall we? With August 6th, the day of unique happenings. All right, your month is August, your day the 6th, your sign is 12 to 14 degrees Leo, and your period is Leo 2 specifically, and your quality and element is fixed fire. August 6th, the day of unique happenings. Those born on August 6th have a lust for experience. They are particularly drawn to happenings of a very unique or extraordinary sort, perhaps once in a lifetime occurrences, and some of which seem impossible, or of an inexplicable or divine source. Hey, August 6 people may perhaps generate these experiences themselves or simply come on them by chance, take direct part in them, or just read and write about them. In any case, it is the mental and physical contact with the experience itself, the personal discovery of something long forgotten or even previously unknown, which attracts them like a magnet. Ordinary life does not hold a great fascination for those born on this day, and they quickly become bored with the mundane. In the case of August 6 people tied to ordinary jobs or less than stellar family situations, there is a danger that they will retreat into a fantasy world to get their kicks. There is also a good chance that following years of deep frustration and angst, they may finally decide to leave their stability behind and set out in search of new horizons. After making such drastic changes, on August 6 person may realize that he or she was never cut out for a settled life after all. And some born on this day may feel a measure of bitterness that they didn't make the discovery sooner. Only the most successful and highly evolved of August 6 people manage to integrate their love for the unique and unusual into a stable daily life. And those who are usually themselves creative or enjoy an occupation which is directly related to singular and uncommon occurrences. They may even have the genius to reveal the fantastic in the ordinary, and to share such a unique insight with others. Because transcending the limits of earthly experience, or at the very least stretching them, holds such central importance for August 6 people, they may display a rather intense approach to life. Indeed, their choice of lifestyle may be difficult for mates to accept, unless of course their partner shares some measure of interest in their pursuits. August 6 people may also go through changes which occur in a much too rapid fashion for their mates, family, or friends to handle. And those born on this day have a great need for love and all sorts of sensuous or sexual expression. But they may suffer deep disappointments in their search for a perfect mate or an ideal relationship. August 6 people are faithful friends and parents in their own way. Although they may take their responsibilities very seriously, however, they are often unable to discharge them to the satisfaction of loved ones, again because of the demands of their August 6 lifestyle. Well, all right. What did I have to say about the breakdown? Let's dive into the notes. All right, here we got a lust for experience. Yeah, well, isn't that a powerful piece of location, rather? I'm not quite sure how to say that one. Another word for word. That's right. And I'm talking about lust. That's right. Hey, drawn to the unique once-in-a-lifetime events, perhaps of a divine nature? Well, so there are people that get in line for the likes of the super blue moon, coming August 31st, by the way, so set your calendars. So maybe going after your daily synchronicity numbers is right up your alley. Or maybe you get out and witness the divine by trying to punch holes in the clouds. Who's to say? All right. But look I'm right there with you. Everyday life being mundane, okay? But that's why you got to get creative, right? You got to get creative with it. And make those fantasies real. I don't know if it says it on this page, but there's another one of them tarot cards that is the focus. Making the dreams real. Just because it isn't your card doesn't mean you can't try it yourself, right? Or aim for as much. As for leaving life behind to set out on a new adventure, I just hope you came to this reality before settling down. Or if not, there weren't people left as collateral damage. Ugh, it can be sticky, right? Such circumstances are less than desirable. I'm sure you probably agree. But hopefully, all of that can be reconciled if you find yourself in that situation. But if you're on the fence or ready to burn things down, as I wrote here, perhaps consider doing the highly evolved thing and put in some time to figure out a synthesis of what you want with what you have. Hey, it's the great life's work, right? Figuring out what you're going to do. Sometimes it takes years, but sometimes it's there if you look hard enough. It's worth a shot, because it's worth a shot to try at least before you burn things down. That's what I have to say about it. And it's an interesting dynamic, a love for the chase, but a seeming want for security, at least in a loving sense, or partners and such. Maybe even a little volatile combination. I certainly don't envy the position of having to make the two of them work with each other. but we all have our own respective struggles to realize our happiness. And ensure the people you love are loved and they know it and they understand as much. And hopefully they understand your lifestyle too. And everything else that comes should at least be a hair easier to find an equilibrium for. At least I'm hoping. Hopefully everything's just a bit easier if everyone understands what you're going through and what you so desire. I think that's what I was trying to say. I just didn't have a good way of reading it. All right, hey, let's dive into your numbers and your planets. All right. Those born on the 6th day of the month are ruled, you guessed it, by the number 6 and by the planet Venus. Because those ruled by the number 6 are magnetic in attracting love and admiration, and since Venus is strongly connected with social interaction, August 6 people usually work in a highly social setting. However, due to the disinterest or disenchantment of those born on this day, a great number of people can pass through their lives, perhaps get left behind. A stable social life is therefore most often denied August 6 people, and often love becomes the dominant theme in the life of those ruled by the number 6. The combined influence of Venus and the Sun, which is the ruler of Leo, grants August 6 people charm and sex appeal, and certainly romance in all its aspects figures heavily in the life of an August 6 person. All right, what did I have to say about your numbers and your planets? Let me tell you, they added in a little bit here just to make it specific to you. Sometimes it's a little copy-paste type job, but not in this particular instance. So take it to heart. They focused on you there. Just as I'm going to here. The Sun-Venus rulership, yeah? Magnetic in attracting love and strong in social interaction. I would say that make some people jealous, okay? Very much so. It's a highly desirable quality to have people coming to you and not seeking them out, at least seemingly. And I gave this some thought. I probably couldn't live a day in your shoes, assuming attention and accolades are showered on you from as much. But perhaps this disinterest and passing of people is the ultimate cost. Yeah, highly undesirable, that aspect of it. And so I can't say that I empathize, as that's not my life experience. I can sympathize, all right, because I can imagine how difficult that must be and how deeply it must affect you. But that's just me imagining. The reality is probably much worse. But in any event, let's move on to your tarot. All right, let's get on to your tarot. Let's try to liven things up a little bit. Those numbers and planets was a little bit depressing there, wasn't it? Hey, you just gotta maybe get you keen to the idea that this stuff affects you as such, but hopefully it doesn't. All right, let's move on to your tarot. As if to emphasize this last point, emphasize. The 6th card of the major arcana is, you might have guessed it, the Lovers. Ooh, symbolizing the love that unites all of humanity through integration of masculine and feminine polarities. On the good side of this card indicates affections and desires of a high moral, aesthetic, and physical plane, and the bad side, boy, I'm all mumble-mouthed here, unfulfilled desires, sentimentality, and indecisiveness. All right, quick down and dirty, they had that one in there. That might have been a little bit of a copy-paste job. The Lovers card, eh? Yeah, let's emphasize the last points. We were just getting away from those, weren't we? Once again, we're left to drill down on the aspects of life we probably don't want to overanalyze because we already do it more often than we'd prefer anyway, right? At least I'm assuming. I think about things all the time that I try to get myself to stop thinking about. That's why I've been going outside lately and looking up at the sky and stuff. Just breathing in that energy. At least imagine I'm doing so. Anyhow, hey, maybe you've already, they say mind, past that already. Maybe you've already moved past that already. Here's hoping, all right? For those of you who haven't, give it time, I guess. I wrote in parentheses, give it a shrug, give it time, I guess. I don't know. Go outside and try to punch holes in clouds. That's a worthy endeavor, right? All right, hey, let's move on to your health. because of their attraction to the highly unusual. August 6 people may be the despair of their families when it comes to their observing the ordinary daily activities that keep one healthy. Yet paradoxically, August 6 people benefit from and frequently partake of tasty regular meals, sensuous massages, good sex, and periodic exercise such as walking, jogging, or swimming. The trick for them is, of course, to maintain such healthy activities without becoming bored, and usually blessed with a sound constitution and a surprisingly successful avoidance of accidents, considering their taste for far out and possibly dangerous experiences. August 6 people may periodically need to break out of their routine and go off on wild binges of all types. Well, hey, did that speak to you there? The health? That didn't necessarily sound like much health, just more of a breakdown. What I had to say, maintain your healthy activities without getting bored. Well, I hope you have an easier time of that than I do. I feel as though healthy activities and boredom go hand in glove more often than not. And the more hedonistic activities they mentioned, well, may be good for the body as well as fun, but maybe not so good for the mind, all right? So take heed of that. Or as far as collateral damage may be concerned, you can draw your own conclusions from there. So just be mindful. That's all I'm saying. Of those hedonistic activities, I mean, particularly. And enjoy all your foods, right? Yeah, all right. Okay, what do we got here? Let's move on to some advice, as if they haven't given a bunch of it already. Acknowledge the fact that you will be faced with the need for compromise. In order to get love and affection, you may have to give up some of your craving for new experiences. Develop the capacity to see things from another person's point of view. Yeah, another quick down and dirty. All right, some good advice. Yep, I didn't want to say it, but compromise or abandonment, right? I tried to avoid it, all right? I said synthesis, didn't I? All right. Remember back. Just rewind the stream there. You'll see. And it's easy to be. It's easy to do. You go back and say, I sympathize too. I said I sympathize too. So, hey, I tried not to say abandon or compromise, because I know that's not stuff people want to hear. In any event, hey, let's stop screwing around and move on to your meditation. All right, you ready? It is the unexpected that happens. Once again, it is the unexpected that happens. I bet you were expecting me to do something unexpected, huh? Nope. That's unexpected. All right. Let's move on to your strengths and your weaknesses. Yeah, there's the unexpected. All right. Maybe you were expecting that. Let's see. Your strengths, you're interesting, you're romantic, and you're original. And your weaknesses, you ready? Deep breath. Disillusioned, reckless, antisocial. Boy, I wouldn't have thought that one would be in there. Antisocial. Well, maybe it's just all them people that are bringing the socialness to you, and you're like, nah, I don't want it. I don't know. But that's interesting. All right, hey, let's dive in with those born on this day so we can get a nice little snapshot of people that not only share your birthday, but if they're like a pop culture icon, maybe we can say, hey, I identify some of those traits that were mentioned, and it makes more sense, right? Okay, hey, let's get to it. We have Alfred Lord Tennyson, the British Victorian poet. He was a poet laureate, and he wrote Charge of the Light Brigade. We also have Alexander Fleming, a Scottish Nobel Prize-winning bacteriologist, and he was the penicillin discoverer. We have Andy Warhol, that's right, pop culture icon. He was the pop artist, avant-garde filmmaker. The film he wrote was Sleep, a 6-hour film of a man sleeping. Little did he know is people stream that kind of stuff for money. He's also a photographer, novelist, publisher, and a personality. We got Lucille Ball, the film TV actress of I Love Lucy. We have Robert Mitchum, the film actor. It was in the original Cape Fear, if memory serves. Where are we here, Robert Mitchum? We got Charles Crichton, the British film director of The Lavender Hill Mob and A Fish Called Wanda. We have Piers Anthony, a British U.S. science fiction writer. Charles Fort, the chronicler of bizarre happenings. Charlie Hayden, a jazz bassist. Abby Lincoln, a jazz singer-songwriter. We also have David Robinson, San Antonio Spurs basketball center, NBA block shot leader, and U.S. Olympic Dream Team gold medalist. We have Hank Eba, was a college basketball coach, 767 career wins in 41 years, U.S. Olympic team coach, 2 gold medals. We also have Scott Nearing, a social scientist, farmer, writer of Leading the Good Life. We have Sir Freddie Laker, British budget airlines owner, Miran Dajo, perhaps, Dajo, a Dutch magician, and it says Fakir, Fakir. I'll have to look that up. Luella Parsons was a gossip columnist. We have Shin Takamatsu, Japanese architect, and we have Henrik Schlusenus, a German operatic baritone, Howard Hodgkin, British artist, Prince Alfred, son of Queen Victoria. And I know I butchered a few names in there, so I gotta make up for it. It's never intentional. All right, hey, that has been August 6th, the day of unique happenings from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost. Oh, I almost forgot one part. Your season is summer. Once again, your sign is Leo. Of the Leo 2 period specifically, your quality and element is fixed fire. Got an affiliate link for this book down in the description if you want to get you this to grace your coffee table. Hey, it makes a great coffee table book for parties. If you're trying to crack the ice and get away from being antisocial, it's going to get the party started, the ice cracked, and the conversation flowing for better or for worse. Because some people, they don't like what they hear in this thing. But hey, you can crack jokes and such about it. In any event, hey, what do we got here? Your daily numbers. That's right. Don't forget. It shouldn't be hard. Number 6. 3 and a 3. 4, 6. That's right. Once again, I just want to say happy birthday. All right. If this finds you long after, I hope you had a happy birthday. And for everyone else that joined us, hey, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you join us for your birthday. Now get out there and punch some holes in clouds. You know what I'm saying? You'll have some fun with it. All right. Oh, and hey, August 31st, super blue moon. It's going to blind you. I'm telling you. Take care of yourselves.